Alright, should be recording. Continuing in El Paso elsewhere. He was provided by Tinsley PR for Strange Scaffold. Hang on just a second, I need to mute the mic for a moment. Okay.
You're going to...
Yeah, let this play.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
You need to apologize to me.
I followed him. It's my fault. I didn't think I was that person anymore. But he was drunk, and he practically fell into my arms, and I was so hungry.
What do you need from me right now?
Am I a monster?
No.
Do you see me as a monster?
No. You made a mistake.
I did it on purpose. I did all the steps.
Mistakes can be on purpose. You're human. Supernatural or not, you are human. And I am here for you. We should probably get out of town, but you aren't a monster. And this won't happen again. We'll make sure of it. Together.
Look.
You cried less the second time. The third time, you mentioned how upset you were with yourself, and I don't think you brought it up any times after that. We just both knew.
How did this machine hear us?
While you've been pulling on the void's been pulling back, creating artifacts in places from your memories, distorting them. I've learned a lot about you down here.
Anything you wish you knew before?
I've always wanted to know more about you, Janet.
We'll discuss this further. Later.
Alright.
I'm counting on it.
So I do need to give an update, because of when the embargo's coming up, so this is still prior to the game's official release, but I have submitted the review so that the editing process can start.
That could have gone worse.
Yeah, it really could have. If I do need to make any changes, it would just be the story thing, which I've talked about already, that if we don't get some sort of payoff for the whole the abuse in the relationship, her abuse of him, if we don't get a payoff for that, I will mention, because like I will edit that into the review, because like, why was this even here?
Nice. Hammer.
Nothing too specific, but just the whole something felt very wedged in, and I don't know why. But I did also update the review as I was submitting it, just to point out that, yeah, things have been consistent. With what my experience was. I'm just...
Bring her a room.
I
could use a little of that.
Okay. But yeah, that's everything. That's the only change I think is worth. That I think would be worth making. There would be some temptation to talk about the boss stuff, but that's so late into the game. I would be worried about that approaching spoiler kind of stuff. It's part of the larger pacing issues that I did complain about, and I did even say that, yeah, I'm halfway through the game and still no bosses. I mean, it's all in there. It's just I'd be able to say with greater detail. So I don't. That I'm not concerned with. Well, no, I am concerned with it. I'm not concerned about it. Somehow that makes sense. It does somehow make sense.
Ceilings everywhere makes it that much harder to find a hostage. Could be the void, but they could also just be a series of fucked up rooms.
Okay. You know, most rooms have ceilings, James. They're not screwed up rooms because they have ceilings. That's normal. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Nope. And this is still just... The funny thing is, when I wrote in the review about how the knights really are meaningless, that they are without threat because of how they're just everywhere, when I wrote that, I actually felt like, is it really that bad? And then it's like, yes it is. Like, it's only gotten worse. My thought on it has only gotten worse. Ow. That was just weird. Alright. I think I'm done healing from those pain pills. Oh, and I did also send an email because the PR people reached out, Tinsley PR reached out, just basically, hey, is there anything you need with stuff coming up? I'm sure it was, you know, basic form letter, it wasn't specifically to me. But I did reply asking about the whitelisting of resolutions, and explained, you know, just that it's, you know, it's not really that big an issue, but it is something that I do notice because I have the unusual 2048 by 1152 resolution, which is great, but it does expose that they are using a whitelist. I did try to, you know, explain that, you know, this isn't that big a deal. It's playing it this way is fine, but just. Is there a reason for that? Could it, and implicitly, could it change? And part of the reason, I will admit, that I want to do that is it's also whitelisted resolutions. I thought was something that kind of went out years ago.
Okay.
Okay, I do hear something. I heard one. What the hell? You know, I might stop. This stuttering is insane. I was hoping to get some more in here, but I mean, it's... You know, I'm sorry. This is... Oh, man. Okay, I will try to finish the level. It's also worrying me, because, like, is something going to crash? But, I mean, this stuttering is just... It is unreal. It is not what... Well... It's unbelievable. Let me say it that way. Like, it is not what should be happening. And the weird thing is, like... Well, yesterday, there wasn't a new update today, but yesterday there was one, and it, you know, was... It didn't seem that bad. Okay.
I want to go home.
Alright, let's try this.
Baby.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not doing another level. This stuttering is so terrible. Oh my god. If I make it through the level, I'm gonna be happy. Okay, this hopefully won't make it worse. Let me try that. And that, actually. That's probably more so it is the dynamic. Nope, there's still stuttering. Holy crap. Okay, good. We are out of here. I'm sorry that this is gonna be so short, but I mean, this is just... This is, like, really bad. I've never seen it this bad in this game. Not even last time. I really don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. Because it is worrying me too much that the game is going to crash. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, I really wanted to do more. And that shouldn't just be because I'm recording. Because I've done... Wrong folder here. I don't care if you're hearing some of this. I've done... 2.5 hours in the game without that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll send an email. Hey, I just started doing this, and the stuttering was terrible. It could also be that level. Although it did seem like the, it was when I was firing the repeater right at the end that seemed to match up with the lighting there, so I don't know. It's also weird because it wasn't an update today. At least it didn't show one, so yeah, I'm sorry, but it's, that's making me uncomfortable enough. And I just, yeah, I don't want to try forcing myself through that. I'll try again later. No, well, I can't do it tomorrow. I need to do other stuff in the evening tomorrow, so it'll be in 2 days that I'll be able to get back. Yeah. Sorry. And I know this is like a really short part, but, I'm just thinking, yeah, everything in the I can just talk about that. Everything in the written review stands. Only thing I would add would just be as I was saying earlier, the relationship, how it's been described and portrayed, like in how this one opened, that the conversation they were having there. It did not make sense to me with she is mean, cruel, and abusive towards him. Despite what that one other cutscene indicated. It's like that was so inconsistent, and if that, as I was trying to explain, if that doesn't get paid off, hopefully I'll find out before the review has to go live. If it doesn't get paid off, then it's wedged in, will be my conclusion, and should not be in there. If it does get paid off, then it's fine. Then I wouldn't actually need to edit the review, because it would be chancing a spoiler. Yeah, I really don't know what's up with the performance. None of the performance earlier, I would say, was like, yes, I did know some stutters here and there, but nothing that consistent and that troublesome, so, yeah. But hey, well, here, let me actually look. Maybe this... I'm opening up the... Okay. I just opened up the document that was shared with reviewers for different things that are being fixed. Basically, a bug list, known bug list. And one of them is still here. Molotov count occasionally resets to 1, regardless of status and previous level. I've been seeing that throughout. Not a big deal. Legitimately not a big deal. But I do also see performance and optimizations is crossed through, but more to come. So they put some in, there's more to come. Yeah, so it has actually been updated. That's good. One of the times I looked at it before, it didn't seem to have been updated, even though I got an update. But hey, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, one thing though, I do have to say, I love that they did this. I really did. I really do. It's always helpful, especially because when I do encounter a bug, I do try to report it. And I also need to record that it happened so I can mention it in the review. Because, like, hey, contextually, you need to know that, you know, I ran into a bug. Is it a big deal? Is it not? Stuff like that. Usually it's not. So when I can be given a list of bugs, known bugs, that's very helpful. Because then it lets me say, regardless of how severe it is known, it's being worked on, don't worry about it. So I do really love it when developers or publishers, whoever it is that's giving the information to the PR people to then pass on to reviewers. I love it when they include that kind of information. And the fact that it's actually being live updated is really neat. Usually when I see them, they're just in the like review guide PDFs. Still very useful. Don't get me wrong. I love them. It's just this is really neat. So this is, you know, just a step beyond, but that first step of just in the PDF, love it. Keep it coming. And by the way, I don't think any of this is really pulling back the curtain too much on how this works. Yeah. Now I'm just trying to think, because I really don't want this video to be that short, but you know, let's try this. It's a little risky, as in it might not actually help anything, but let's try it anyway. I'm just going to relaunch the game. Maybe that'll work, and who knows, maybe some of you are like, why don't you just relaunch the game? Well, especially since I did go into the settings and change, that's not what I meant to do, change the resolution to check on something. It's possible that confused it, and that was causing issues, so, which isn't good. That would be a bug, but is not unreasonable to me that would happen.
I don't want to die here.
It also could have just been the one level too. But I mean, this is definitely performing better than previous, so it legitimately could have just been the restarting. I wanna. Okay, that door is sealed.
Transport next to Ken.
Okay, that door is locked. So I need to get that green heart to progress there, which is what I'll get if I go this way.
Nice ammo.
Yeah, I do need to be on the repeater for the time being.
Eating your bandage. That's fucked.
Okay. Oh, come on. I definitely hit that thing.
Full up.
Alright. Yeah, it could have been that one level, but it also might have just been, hey, need to restart. Oh, wrong thing. So I was thinking it was one of the werewolves.
Who are you?
Couldn't hold more if I tried. Her family was firmly embedded in the Victorian middle class. That's how we ended up in this manor. She had sisters, brothers, a home, and lost it all.
Right.
Down like a set dominoes.
I don't remember what the symptoms are of typhoid. I want to say I did. Oh, hello. I did know at one point. Just as one of. Where did you come from? Just as one of those, you do generally learn things. So like, well, not exactly the same, but sort of like how you learn what dysentery is. But that's, it's like, no, we know exactly why. Oregon Trail. Oh, yeah. You have died of dysentery. That is such a meme. And like before the internet. Right? Yeah, Oregon Trail is actually older than the internet.
More pills.
Oh, crap. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, hello.
Can't die.
Sometimes you just don't want to stand in front of me.
More if I tried.
I'm guessing that's Uzi ammo? Yeah, because that's full.
Dad was their leader. Jenny became a breadwinner. You know the story.
How old is she then? No, there. I even made a comment in a prior video that vampires are immortal.
Got ammo.
That the stakes are to hold them in place. It's not killing them. But still, how old is she?
That explains the manner. That explains the pain. That doesn't explain the meat locker. What does one have to do with the other?
Well, she had to start working. What if this is where she worked? Oh, hello.
Can't carry more.
There you are. Uh-oh. Shit. Okay. That's not good. You know what? No, I'm just... Okay. Do not use the grenade launcher, it seems. I wonder how much I just lost. It might be everything for the level. It might be. Which is a little ironic because I did complain in the review about levels being short, and some of them still are. But yeah, it is very possible that it did not record. Yeah, it did. Okay. That doesn't save the checkpoints for you. Which, I mean, is fine, but it's... Oh, boy. That was bad. That was real bad. And the weird part was, you wouldn't be able to see this. The frame rate counter was still high. Okay. Okay.
What's the point of this room? Beating your family members. That's fucked.
There. Oh. I don't think I even noticed that the last time I was in here.
I'm full up.
They're gonna eat. Suck that, vampires.
Her family was firmly embedded in the Victorian middle class. That's how we ended up in this manor. She had sisters, brothers, a home, and lost it all. No stay afloat. Took the family down like a set of dominoes.
It actually is really amazing when you stop and think about something like typhoid in that like that story there about it tearing through a family is, yes, it would have done that. But it's I'm not even sure how that necessarily was. It's entirely possible it's technically not been cured so much as it's we've just solved the issues around it. Like, I think that might be one that comes predominantly from like tainted water. So just by having cleaner water and better water management, we might have solved it such that it doesn't appear, at least, you know, in America. Although it probably still can appear in some places, but it's, you know, I don't know. I am tempted to look it up, but it's like, yeah, not sure who may care. Especially if it's, you know, I have to look away. Oh. Okay. Look away from the game, so.
Dad wasn't around. Jenna became a breadwinner. You know the story.
Okay, so is he saying then that that's when Jetter came to her? That she became Lord of Vampires then? I guess on one hand that makes some sense. On the other hand, damn. You think it was that bad? That's like, oh, I'm gonna become an undead monster. You know, lose all my humanity because my family died. Don't get me wrong, it's a terrible situation, but it's like, why is that the solution you go to? Ow. I was juggling between weapons when I should have been shooting her. That's right, this asshole.
That explains the manner. That explains the pain. That doesn't explain the meat locker. What does one have to do with the other?
Okay. Ooh. I'm good now. In theory, we will meet her again after this and get more. Because, I mean, it's like we are learning so much about her right here. Although, James already knows a lot of this, so...
Who did you love enough to give them a funeral and how?
In theory, her father.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe. I feel like it's gonna be somebody from her family, though. Come on! How many of them are there? Where? At least it came directly to me. That's nice. Yep, I knew we would have one, and we don't have anyone else to talk to but her, so... What? Is she angry?
Love you too. We're really gonna kill each other, aren't we?
Okay, I'm dead serious. There's a part of me, I don't want them to pay off thing. I want to be able to say that they shouldn't have wedged in the abuse stuff, because I'm like, what just happened right there? I really feel like this is just...
I don't think the light outside has been blue before.
I really do think that it's... that it would be a better story, and is a better story, if it is just these are two people that do love each other, do care about each other, but are both addicts, and how that has so ruined themselves and their relationship, and they're getting through that.
The Acolyte doesn't have to kill me if the Void strands me in space first.
Space captain headed for a breakdown. Set phase or set up your tractors. I am untouched despite laughter. I am what's chosen.
Oh, how do you... I do not get how they arrive at me so quickly. Like, these guys are really a lot fast. Well, okay. To be fair, that actually occurred to me a part or two ago. No, it was only part ago. No. Part 4. Well, yeah, this would be part 6, so it would be 2 ago. Because it did seem like after the update, after the initial update, that they seemed a bit faster, which does make them more of a threat. And the whole thing is that they just get near you and hit you, but also that they swarm you. It's like I legitimately, they aren't just trash mobs. Almost at times wish they were, it'd make it easier. But they are consistently a threat, and it does feel like they are more a threat now than they had been. Son of a bitch! I'm sorry, just... The timing of stuff is so painful. I mean, this is just what I need to be doing, and you should too. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. It legitimately is the solution here. Just do not pick a hill to die on. You will die there. Hello. Goodbye. Okay.
Got ammo.
Let's get all the ammo I can. Heal as well. It's always a good thing to do as well. Alright.
How the fuck did I end up here, man?
You love her.
Is it? Again with the fucking meat. This will be useful.
That reminds me, where was it I saw people criticizing Antichamber? Because a lot of people think of that as a non-linear game, and they were saying, well, trying to remember exactly how it was put, but essentially that it's not as non-linear as people want to say it is. Neither would this one be, but just it would be interesting to see a truly non-linear, well, non-Euclidean, I guess I should say more so. I guess it would be that Antechamber can be non-linear, but it isn't non-Euclidean. Which, by the way, would not be as difficult as you might think to work through that. I mean, hyperbolic geometry, it's the forms to it aren't that weird. At least they weren't for me. Some of the math, yeah, that can be weird. But it's really not that bad.
Yeah, that's a meaty, cute meat oblong.
There you are. Oh, come on! Seriously, again with the zombies just appearing. I get it, that's their threat, but still. I had no idea there even was a zombie on the field, and boom, he's behind me. They move fast. Yeah, let's reload this. Probably gonna need it.
Ship shaking, couldn't even stop. Captain headed for a breakdown.
And actually, I should be going back to the handguns.
Tractors, I am untouched. Laughter, I am what's chosen. I see what
Okay.
Psycho mode, gravital fields. I can leap stars.
For a second, I was afraid I'd have to go inside the meat oblong.
10 billion parsecs passing me by.
Thank God.
I mean, yeah, the level's over, but the game isn't, so... And we still haven't gotten the elevator talking again, not since Jeddah got killed. Oh, and I also just remembered something.
You're getting at.
But, yeah.
Your blood sounds wrong. It's slow.
Well, I've been taking a lot of pills.
This isn't the first time.
I was afraid of you finding me again, so I tried uppers to stay awake. Only traveled during the day. Then I tried downers to get away from myself or edge towards sleep. And I'd balance them. Up and down, up and down. I've had a lot of practice at this point.
So he got on the drugs after breaking
If
up?
I didn't.
If you stop me, you won't be able to leave this place. You're going to die.
I think that's the only way it works. One-way trip.
You deserve better than that, James.
I didn't believe that for a very long time.
No. That isn't my fault.
Yes. It is.
Okay, so hang on. That I need to make a note of. Based on one of the, and I also just realized, save that replay buffer. Scenes. Apparently, James became an, well, drug addict. addict after breaking up Dracula. Sorry. After breaking up with Dracula, he used them to stay awake. To, what did he say? Like, get away from himself? Away from himself, etc. Yeah. Honestly, feel it could have been earlier. It would mesh better with my thinking on the mirrored addictions between them. But this still works. It is still a reflection, but of her. Even though you are the main character. So by that I just mean, because you are playing as James, you expect, well, him to be the center of the universe, essentially. I mean, legitimately, that is kind of it. You expect things to be relative to him. But with the whole, if it is mirroring of addiction, he is reflecting her. So she is actually the center of it for that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it isn't what you expect. It isn't the assumption, obviously. Well, at least it isn't for me. I mean, I'm sorry, this is just mean. Can I...
If you're still worried, Dracula, maybe you should stick less of your pets on me.
But no, that's mean, to just have enemies start appearing before the person even has the crosshair. Especially because some people are lousy at tracking where the center of the screen is. I'm actually pretty decent at it. I may very well be out of practice at the moment, but it still is. I'm actually decent.
That isn't fair. You know she isn't steering the ship, only opening the door for it. But she shouldn't get to worry about me. Not now, not down here.
There we go. And I know I'm running out of the repeater. And come on! Where did he even come from? I know I'm running out of repeater ammo. It's just I needed the speed, or at least wanted it just then. So I'm not sure if you can actually cap this well enough to do single shots. The Uzi. Oh no, I guess you can. At least I saw it count down by
more if I try.
Just one. Okay. Oh, here, take care of this.
I want to live. Save the rest.
Oh, it's the rifle. Ah.
I don't want to die here.
Good for you.
God.
The heck?
Nice garden if you want dysentery.
I'm sorry, that was just weird. I was definitely shooting at her, and there was just like nothing being fired. Ah, come on! Do we really need the puppets too? I mean, that's just getting excessive. You gotta be kidding me. I've hit that thing twice with shotgun blasts, and it just does not care. Who's this son of a bitch?
Ammo.
Yeah, that thing actually does move really fast. That looks like it might even be at player speed, which means healing actually puts you slower, but makes it easier for it to catch you. Man. That, and this is normal. Well, oh wait, no, you don't set difficulty. There are modifiers, but that's it. For adjusting the difficulty. Huh. Be quiet. You'll be fine.
Yes, this is real.
Ow. I picked the wrong time to do that. Okay. The wrong time to start healing. Sorry, start reloading, I mean. Wait. They have the green. Wait, I went through that way. Yep, that's not what I meant to do.
Great.
You know what? Yeah, let's heal.
Don't hurt me. Save the rest.
What? No, I absolutely shot that one. Oh my god. Look, this is absurdity. There is something weird to the aiming, basically. It doesn't seem to be a true line to wherever you're shooting, to the crosshair. It's almost like, in some games, the crosshair actually doesn't apply over the entire length. Where, like, further away, it's actually on, like, the bullets travel on a line like this. That's just like in the center, but they don't necessarily go exactly where you're aiming. It's almost like that.
These meat racks aren't treated, it looks like.
So when things are really close, it misses when things are really close. And it's like that's very, very annoying. Because then things get close and you kind of... I have no idea where that came from. It just gets so hard to hit anything that gets near.
Thank you.
Fucking hell.
There was so much going on. That was, yes, get out.
There's something wrong with my blood. Darkly's right about that. At least. It's crawling and lurching through my veins like a dancer off balance. My brain says I've been here 2 weeks, but my body is playing the same steady message. It says I'm dying.
Yeah.
fast.
Eh.
I may not even reach the bottom. If I die before then, I don't know what this was all for. And if I try to kill Dakale, when she still hasn't laid a finger on me, I won't be able to live with myself for the time I have left. I wish the thing I am was stronger.
It is getting late. I'll try to do this one, but I think I will have to stop after. I mean, it is legitimately getting late for me. So
I think I figured out where that meat locker stuff is coming from, by the way. The metal, the machinery, it's from the 30s.
I want to go home.
this is definitely something weird, because that should have been only 2 shots.
Rise of mass industrialization. What represents that more than the food industry?
What? Did they not know mass industrialization would have also been happening with, you know, World War One? I'm sorry, but, like, legitimately, that was part of what made that war so different. What was the Industrial Revolution that happened at that? I mean, yeah, World War II was, like, a whole nother level, but it still is. It still is. We're talking about something that, you know, World War I set the stage. In fact, I saw some people making the point not too long ago that part of why World War I went the way it did, which was not how wars before it had gone, was because of the industrialization. There was the expectation for it to be like a traditional war in Europe with trenches and such, but that's not at all how it went. That because of technologies such as the tank, wrong button. But also the gases and such, the biological weapons, and, well, chemical weapons, it would have been more so then. Like, that really changed it all. And no one, when it was starting, no one thought that that's what was going to be the case, and so they kind of kept going, and then it's like, we can't get out of it. Yeah, World War II put it to a whole nother level, but it still is. It started with World War I. What do you think? I might as well, since I was getting it.
Doctor mentioned the warehouse. All I know means thought himself a monster under. Things were bad. She must have power recovery.
I will try to exit by that door, so let me grab this guy first.
Oh no!
Oh, actually, that's perfect. Phil's right there.
Suck
Okay.
that, vampires!
Someone save me. I'm free.
So, which becomes Dracula. If I have that right. I'm not sure if I should bring this up, but Dracula. How do you feel about him?
It's nice getting to watch yourself be remembered. I'm one of the classic monsters, you know? And I was proud that my actions and status were not connected to my sex. If everyone thought I was a man, then I had transcended being a woman. No one would suspect it was me. It kept me safe.
How do you feel about it now?
Different. Not worse, but different.
Okay. I just realized I never turned the, those two settings I tried turning off. I never turned them back on.
Can't hold more.
I really want to make sure that thing was dead. As I said, I do think that they are the most dangerous. That the damned brides are the most dangerous ranged enemy in the game.
Got ammo.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't completely reading the message. Hello. Oh, hello. Damn. Okay.
Got ammo. I did survive that warehouse, though. Always surviving. That's the John Carey story in a nutshell. Don't need more.
Okay. I know I'm like going really the long way, but holy crap. Yeah. Damn. Just because they had some right there and... Oh, crap. Yeah, this is just like being so mean. The Uzi was still not the right weapon for that. It was just a close to the right weapon for that. Like, the right weapon would have actually probably been the repeater, especially if you could have a little bit more ammo.
For Draculae. I sense distaste in the geometry. There's no It's like she's been lost in the translation.
Interesting. So often before that I needed to hit him a second time with a spike. With a stake, sorry. I am starting to notice a stutter, by the way. In case that's also coming through in the game. In the video, I mean. Yeah, and I do think after this one, I should stop. Just for how late it's getting. Oh, hello. I really need to stop just retreating from them and dodge. It's just, retreat is what I'm more comfortable doing. Changing my position normally instead of using oh, that's a stake. I want to say spike. I did see that there was another Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, I'm not climbing that. Shit. This angel's eyes are full of blood. This'll be useful.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no.
Kettle one. Need to use a stake.
There. I'm pretty sure that last one over here is just, it's in the room I can't open. Oh, wait, no. What? I don't know. Huh. Alright, just keep moving. Well, what's this? Can I open up this door? I can.
Looks like an industrial accident. Before he's telling stories again. It's strange.
Oh.
My uses these shapes, how it chooses its materials. I look at the work of a painter from its perspective.
Hello.
Nice ammo.
Free.
Okay. Oop, hello. Perfect. Been needing that.
Hey, go.
I just feel like I need to start using this. At least it should be the last one. Then I will be stopping. I mean, I will be stopping after this level. It is just, it's getting late. And I got work tomorrow and all that fun stuff.
I can't think about Darkling's feelings right now, but she deserves her position in all this. I can't.
So much.
Yeah, so I feel like pointing out some of that. He was basically firing past the enemy. Okay, and also the lighting is definitely part of the problem here. The flashes of light are actually
Can't carry it.
actually causing a stutter. How do I get in there again? Okay, it's right here. Come on. Okay, do we get a nice cutscene? I'd like it to be a nice cutscene. Makes me more comfortable with stopping. Yep.
So he cut the wire,
Cut the wire.
and now it's working again.
I do not try to make sense of it.
You still haven't tried to kill me.
I didn't want to be rude.
I thought you hated me.
Why?
For what you feel I did to you.
The couch.
The couch incident was an outlier. It isn't fair to judge me from that.
Your last words to me were good boy, Dakale.
Were you not?
What I was going to say is that the couch was just one in a long line of things. You never touched me, but you constantly reminded me of your capacity for violence. Do you know what that does to a person? At one point, you put your arm out to stop me in the hallway, and you kept pushing your open palm into the wall. I saw it go through the drywall and the wood and then the brick slowly, relentlessly, until there was a fist-sized hole.
That's smaller than your
Wiped your
palm.
hand off and grinned at me like we had shared a secret. You would scream at me for slight mistakes and misunderstandings and even just a lack of deference. These sharp, intense fires that would leave you cold for days afterwards. I'd flinch when you call my name sometimes. And you'd have me do these arbitrary, demeaning things to prove my love to you. That I knew my place. One day, wash the dishes, wash them again 3 times, 4 times until my hands were stinging and red. So at the end of it, you could wrap your arms around me and thank me for loving you and taking care of you. Reminding you that living could be a good thing because I told you about the one good day that justified all the bad ones. I don't know if what you did was wrong, but I know it wasn't right.
You said once I wasn't a monster. Do you still believe that's true?
I don't feel bad when I kill monsters. Killing you would feel different.
Thank you. I'm going to be stopping here, but I will talk some more.
Interview 38. The disappearance. Eyes the size of dinner plates.
Okay,
Can you
that's
even hear this?
the music.
Time is
Got it.
difficult, and I don't.
Not him talking. So I'm not necessarily the happiest with how that was. It does show something that I think I even put in mind. He was willing and knowledgeable of her abuse of him, and was just still okay with it. But that was the payoff I wanted, more or less. I mean, it's, yes, as I just said, something I'm not the happiest with, but it's like that's the payoff of the abuse. Completely is. So I don't need to change what was in there because I mean, that was the payoff. If it didn't pay off, it would have been Wedge. But that was it. That was it. And it makes sense. Also, hang on. Yeah, did get the payoff for the abuse. He does talk to her about it. Yeah, during cutscene, and explains there was more to it than just what we got earlier, the couch incident. Yeah, so it does just validate. It does validate the thing earlier. It does pay it off. The pacing to the storytelling has been odd, and in general I've been unhappy about it. Just, I feel things have been too slow. The ordering here, though, is more so what I want to mention. That we got that introduction that seems so out of the blue, and then this gives us the context so much later. I'm okay with that. I would like it if it were delivered a bit faster, though. Like if it legitimately feels like you cut out half the levels, so it would take half as much time to get to these places, and it would feel better. That, yeah, it's there's still a pacing issue. Hang on. I need to clear my throat and get a drink of water. That is so much better. Okay, so, yeah, I'll still say, just in this, I'm not sure if it's necessary. If having that abuse is necessary, but it works. What they are setting up here works. Because it is also like the whole, am I a monster? Do you think I'm a monster now? And he's like, I don't know. That, well, he is kind of saying no, but at the same time, he's not saying she's in a monster. Just, like, not to him. But that kind of goes back to something that occurred to me a part or two ago. It wasn't in the first 3. That this is a redemption story for him. But the way he will achieve redemption is by redeeming her. It's not his own redemption he's seeking. It is hers. And from that, he believes he will be redeemed. But even then, it's only about her redemption. That is his only focus. That is his exclusive focus. He's resigned to his fate. But if he can help her, he's doing it. Which is fine. I am 100% with that. Great. But this, I guess it's... That actually would make sense. That actually would make sense if then the abuse is there to help give more reason for why she needs to be redeemed. That's not just she wants to destroy the world, which I don't think that's actually her interest. I think it is she just wants her power back, but she's so selfish that she's willing to destroy the world for it, which is on its own. That's enough for her to need redemption. Stopping her and all that, that's enough. The abuse, I guess it is then redeeming her as a person. My tongue is going really bad. Redeeming her as a person and redeeming her in their relationship. So I guess it is that. It's still just, it feels a little weird, but I don't have a negative criticism there, except for the pacing thing that I already mentioned, but that's the whole thing. The pacing is weird. But yeah, so I am satisfied there, which means I don't need to go back in and edit anything. Because to do so would be to risk a spoiler. What I wrote concerning that, and I do like the relationship. Even this stuff, I do kind of like, because it does help explain what the hell's going on between them. But it is, I'm not sure how necessary it is to, I almost want to say, humanize her in this way. Like, it's the whole what I was saying. It's like she is the villain here. She is. So trying to redeem the villain is one thing, but it's like they also need redemption for the person, a personal redemption, not just the villain being redeemed. I'm just not sure how much that's necessary. That's all. That's where I would have any criticism, but that's not a worthy criticism for putting in the review, since it does tempt spoilers. And it's not even criticism. It's more me just asking the question of, would that be necessary? I don't think I would necessarily feel the need for that. I would be satisfied if I were telling such a story, not necessarily this story, but a similar one. I would feel satisfied without the abuse, but just her, how I was putting it before. She's addicted to feeding. She's addicted to getting her power back. And that's why he had to leave her. And that, stuff like that. So it's like, have it break apart that way, where instead of it being she was bad to him, it's that she herself has these problems to be overcome. So it's like the relationship was unhealthy. It didn't need to be abusive. Just the unhealth of the relationship. That for, if I were writing the story, I think would be enough for justifying she needs personal redemption. That's more so how I'm feeling right there. And I don't think that's a criticism worth putting into a review that tempts spoilers. Now, if this were like a book or something I was doing a review of that, maybe, but no, I'm happy with how it is. And it is also, it's more a question for me. Is it necessary? And I guess it also is irrelevant. Is it necessary or not? It's what the author decided to do. Just like how when I make decisions in my stories for how to do things, that's me making those decisions, and that's just how it is. It's not a bad decision. It's an odd one to me. So it's yeah. That's really all that is. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it's still a 2. This really does satisfy me. This makes me a lot happier about the game. A lot happier recommending it too. But it still is the pacing issue. The pacing issue is, if the pacing were changed, so they were a bit faster, a bit cleaner. I should say tighter. That if the pacing were tighter, at least for a lot of it, did not feel that tight. I don't mind the reordering things, but just taking so long to get to places. That then it would become a 3. But no, it's just the pacing, and I did go through trying to explain that. Yeah, that's why it's a 2. Still a recommendation, but a weaker one. Yep. Okay. As I said earlier, when I thought I was gonna stop, but then decide to give it another try. It will be a couple days before I can get back to this. That will be basically my weekend. So I'll have more time in the day. So it'll be easy for me to do a longer session. It won't be almost 11 o'clock. So, yeah, hopefully I will be able to finish it off in the next part then. But, yeah, I am satisfied with this. And by the way, I know I'm just stretching this out. I don't specifically intend to do this again where I write up the review before I finish playing the game. But I might do. It's thoroughly going to depend on how the situation is. How much time I have before the embargo. How my opinions have formed. I mean, it will always be I put in hours into the game before I get to writing a review. It will always be that. But is it will I have to complete the game first? That gets tricky. But it is also, I mean, it's the story is the only thing that's really going to change. You spend hours in a game, you should have the gameplay down, and obviously graphics. I can think of one exception to that where just suddenly the gameplay changed, but that's literally the only game in, like, the hundreds. I can actually look. How many games have I reviewed? Technically, I've reviewed 253. Some of those are... Well, sorry, 251. 2 are just on my list I actually haven't done and they're kind of old. But some are also in bundles. I can't. Okay. That 176 not in bundles, but I think that's also skipping. That might also be skipping some that I have marked as bundles when they're technically not. It's just how things were delivered were kind of in a bundle way. But yeah, so it's like over 150 reviews. Huh? Wow, I didn't realize I'd done that many. But I can only think of one game where the gameplay suddenly changed partway through it. That was one from just earlier this year, even. And as far as any other games I've played, I cannot think of any where it changed substantially like that one. So it's an interesting exercise, at least. The question of, can you review a game with just hours? And yeah, that's also, I know, still, I'm just rambling. The whole, is it Steam's return policy that, within 30 days and within 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours is reasonable for plenty of games. I do believe that you can figure out within 2 hours. The one thing is, I think it would be fair to have some kind of warning pop up, or like be able to say, hey, warn me before that, so that you don't accidentally cross it. But yeah, hour and a half to 2 hours, as far as gameplay goes, you can probably figure it out. Not all games, it depends, but mechanically you'll know if the balance falls apart later, then that's different. But yeah, balance has not fallen apart here, though. It's harder. I think the zombies are faster, the vampires are faster, but it still is it's manageable. Clearly, I'm making it through. So anyway, now I shall actually stop, get the audio processing and all that. See you next time.